One thing is for certain, I'm never going to stop. As long as I'm healthy enough to, going to garage sales, sourcing the way I do, it brings me joy. Other than, you know, faith, family, sitting underneath that tree over there, there's not anything that really gives me greater joy than going out to garage sales, meeting people. I'm not going to stop doing that. I'm not going to stop selling on online platforms like eBay, like Poshmark, like Mercari. It has sustained my family for 20 years. And we're going to continue to do it. Full transparency as we get into this video. I've been dreading doing this video. I was going to do it, then I wasn't going to do it. Now I'm going to do it. And, you know, bear with me a little bit. A little context. We do have some sales. We have 11 things that have to go out of here today. Normally I'd put more on this, but we're not. We're just going to do those because I want to talk about this topic as well. And a little bit more context here. Whenever I do videos like this, you know, a lot of people have some emotions about topics like this, and it gets a little nasty. I usually get people, I lose subs when I do this video, but I felt it was important to do it. Last bit of context before I get into this, and we're going to do 2 or 3 sales really quick before we do it. My feelings about Whatnot have changed over the course of 3 years, up and down and up and down, and I'm going to attempt to give some advice, but, you know, I don't, you know, give me a little leeway here. It might change in 6 months. It might change in a year, and the advice may be a little different, and I'd hate for anybody to take everything I'm saying. It's just me kind of talking off the top of my head, and my family's going to come in here as well throughout this video, hopefully, if they get home. Turner's here. Bubba's here, too, and talk about it. I might even get Bubba's girlfriend in here. She don't like to be on the camera, but we'll see. And we're going to talk about that. We'll talk about our experience. We do have a show May 31st. It's the last one we're committed to at 7 o'clock. It was a blast last time. I imagine it will be this time. We're going to do everything possible to make it an event and something that everybody wants to join in. But we got some sales. Let's take a look. And I'm going back here. Bubba's girlfriend. Hey, hold on a second. I got to ask you to do something for me real quick. Back to it here. Quagmire sold. This was $19 plus shipping. And it's the kind of thing, and I'll talk about this a little bit later, that has got me thinking twice about Whatnot and what kind of a role it could play, because I'm not changing this. We're going to do this. You know, it's just a great place to get top dollar, consistent sales on a continual basis. And no matter what I do in the future, or what we do as a family, we're not going to change it. So Quagmire, $19 plus shipping. But there were some buys at this last 100 Mile Yard sale. We were at a garage sale, for instance. We bought this at a garage sale. We were talking to the guy with an assist from Rod Picking and Punching and Mike Deathbow Picker, and we actually got in and he started pulling this stuff out of, well, you'll see it in the video. And this is the kind of thing, you know, there was a lot of great stuff, like what we've been talking about the last few days. And this, of course, it has to be on the bottom. I might have to put my camera down. And a lot of these items are really awesome. And this is a $40 sale right here. But there was a ton of stuff, which you're not seeing in here, that is just, you know, $3, $4 items that is just labor intensive to sell, where these are the great ones, right? And so it makes me think, you know, maybe this is somewhere we need to go, at least from time to time, and to bundle things up and to sell them off quicker and get them out, because there is a huge space issue when you make these massive purchases. And let's face it, there are a lot of items that might be better to put on a platform like that, and there are just some things that just aren't. You're not going to put this fan right here that sells for really good money on Whatnot. You're just not going to do that. There's not going to be an audience for that. You're not going to put things like this right here, more than likely, over there very often. You know, Tupperware and stuff. You're not going to do that. But, you know, this type of stuff, yeah, maybe. This is a little Nike magenta hat here that sold for 18 bucks. I think we paid $1 or $2 for that one. It's free ship. Another heads up, there's some content that normally would be on a picker channel, but it's going to relate to this video, and we're going to put it at the end of this video right here. It's more of a picker type deal. And I went over to the Family Guy stuff, but this is from the lot, but it was a PlayStation game. I think this one for 20 plus shipping right here, and this might have gone to our buddy here, Chucky. Yes, it did. It went to Video Game Collector 1. We always appreciate it when you buy something. I think you might be the only viewer who did today, so thank you very much. PlayStation 2 game. Right there, 20 bucks plus shipping, sold super fast. We're gonna knock 2 more out really quick and then get to this topic. You know, hopefully gonna, I guess, some hard truths about it, and talk about, you know, who this is right for, who it's not right for, and, you know, what's the best path forward for us. This is from my pumpkin bin, y'all. This is one of the very first plates I got. Hopefully y'all are still listening out there. And it is an Echo Dot. Oh, tripping over stuff. These are stuff that folks have sent us, so we appreciate you. This was actually $10 at a sale. And I asked the lady, because it sold for $25 plus shipping, I think is what it sold for. Let me look. Yeah, $24 plus shipping. And she had $10 on it. I'm like, you know, that's kind of a hard pass for me at 10. So I just was honest. I'm like, hey, I'll be happy to buy this for $5, and I'm not going to be mad at you if you tell me no. And she said, sure, no problem. And that's what we did. We bought it for $5, sold for $24 plus shipping pretty quickly. Thanks for bearing with me on this. We're gonna do one more sale here. This is actually a Mercari sale. And then I might just film a little bit more. I gotta go over here, in here, and then get out of here because my daughter and Bubba's girlfriend have some merch stuff. I gotta reorder some things and I gotta ship some things out. And they have something to do later tonight, as do all of us, and they want to get in here and get it done, so they're telling me to hurry up. So I might go to the supply hut to film some of this too. Here it is. This is some Liberty University slippers. I imagine somebody got them for Christmas or something and then sold them off. And we're going to make a little money here. Sold on Mercari. Shout out List Perfectly. Code Commonwealth if you want to give it a shot for 30% off. And there's always a link below or over at CommonwealthPicker.com. In the affiliate section, $15 plus shipping. It's sold on Mercari. Making it seems like every day a Mercari or a Poshmark sale, or sometimes multiples. So I'm pretty happy. I'm going to start off in here and talk a little bit about our own experience so far on that May 4th show, which was just such a blast. We had all those folks in, the Reseller Information Network guys, and we had Rod Picking and Punching, and Mike, Death Pile Picker, and Joey, Pinjo Thrifts, Uncle Steve was here, and Jess was here. The whole family was here. Reagan and Blue Ridge Mama came at the very end, and it was a blast. And I'm going to bring them in and talk about it maybe, if I can round them up here towards the end of the video. But our experience was terrific, obviously. So this was the part I was nervous about talking about, because I received tons of grief, tons. Behind the scenes, thankfully nobody did it in public that I'm aware of. And you know, because those items were selling for so much money, and because we have a social media following. So thank you to everybody out there. I was very upset at the end of the auction, because I didn't know how much stuff was selling for, because I was on this side of the camera and nobody was saying anything. And some of it was a little shocking. And, you know, we sold 90 items, just like I said, full transparency. Out of those 90 items, the great majority sold over eBay value, which is amazing for the outpouring of support. And the fact that we don't do these shows often boosted that. You know, there's a lot of celebrities out there. I'm not just talking about reselling celebrities. There's celebrities out there who are doing these from time to time, charity auctions and things like that. And things go for higher value. But that is absolutely not the case most of the time for normal resellers out there. And in the case of normal resellers, a lot of times it's well under market value if you're looking on platforms like eBay. So I just did a quick scroll down, and it seems to me that maybe 10 to 12 items went right about eBay value, and maybe 10 or so were just a tick under eBay value, and only 3, maybe 4 items sold at a price point where somebody could resell them. And the rest of them were over eBay value. So I do appreciate the support. It was something I wanted to try to mitigate a little bit and do giveaways, and we gave away a GoPro on there. We gave away a bunch of stuff, and it's, you know, what are you going to do, right? I don't know what to tell you, but that is a fact for people like me, people like my family who did a special show like that. We did also sell off some stuff that I got from the other guys, because they made a trip up here and I wanted to make it worth their while so they could have more money to pick at the 100-mile yard sale. And we did a bunch of charity stuff as well. But, you know, that is just a reality of it. And I didn't want to talk about it, but I got, I don't know, I'm not going to get into great detail, but quite a bit of highly negative feedback from people. And it, you know, I don't do well with that, to be perfectly honest with you. I say all the time that I was a teacher and I've been married, so I get criticism a lot. But, you know, I don't know. I don't have an answer for it. I will just say that I don't suspect that if we did continue to do this in the future, and we're still going to sit down at the end of the month and kind of figure it out and figure out what path we want to go forward with. But, you know, I don't think that happens forever. There's a little bit of a wear-off factor in that. Having said that, it wears off a little bit less for people who don't ever get that bump to begin with. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but I think you get the point. All right, y'all, I just got kicked out of the shed, so we're gonna head out to the supply hut for a minute, which is kind of a mess on the porch. Out in the supply hut now, so there might be a little echo in here. We're trying to make it a little better, and it's kind of a slow process, but all right, let's be honest here. So it was with a little bit of trepidation I committed to do this, and I'll get into details in just a second. But the way I figured it, and I talked to people, is that this channel, the Flipper channel especially, was built around a community of resellers that 99% of them sell on eBay, or, you know, some of them sell on Poshmark and Mercari. Some of them don't sell at all. Some of y'all out there don't sell at all. It was something we built, and I've always kind of felt like I was talking to people. For the great majority of the people I was talking to were people who just loved what I love. They love going to garage sales, thrift stores, flea markets, antique shops, you know, whatever it is, church sales, and buying things and flipping them, making a little bit of money. And the great majority of people who watch this show aren't full-time resellers, and I've always just been a part-time reseller. So I kind of marketed this show and everything we do towards those people because you're my people, right? we're the same. You know, whether it's making 200 extra bucks to go out to dinner a couple times a week or a month or whatever, go to a movie, although it costs 200 bucks to take a family to a movie these days. Maybe you're making $800, maybe $1,500 a month. Maybe you're part-time and making $2,500 a month. It's possible. I know a lot of people who do even better than that. But that's what this channel was about. It's not about buying stuff and using a social media following to sell things on an auction platform. What actually happened was that I was approached by Whatnot in order to do a little inclusion video on my Picker channel and commit to a couple shows. And my family has been bugging me for a long time. I think my wife especially, because she sees all the stuff I buy and how labor intensive it is to get rid of some of the smaller dollar items. And I mean, look at this. We've had a lot of these bins for over a year and haven't even got to them yet. And my kids love it. They love watching it. Turner watched Dave. Well, it used to be NC Picker, ADH Dave Auctions. He watched a show over there. And my daughters watched shows and bought, and they just like it. And they wanted to do it. Bubba's girlfriend's like, why aren't you doing this? And whatever. I'm like, okay. So all these things come together, and we agreed to do a couple shows. And I know I said that I got a lot of feedback, negative feedback, and I did. And it touches me a little bit, you know, like I don't like that, because I want to appeal to people that are like me, who are resellers and sell on multiple platforms. But at the same time, I got unbelievable support on the Whatnot show itself. Tons of people went over there just to watch us, and that's extremely flattering. And tons of positive feedback in the comments. And you know, we don't do everything right, but we try our very best, and we try to turn it into something good and do some charity stuff with it as well. And we're going to increase that for the next show. And that's what the last part of this video is going to be about. But it is not for everybody. Such a nice day. I thought I'd come outside. My trepidation was that my endorsement of doing a show, my doing a show over there, was going to basically maybe be a sign for some people to say, oh, you need to sell on Whatnot. And if you watch Trash Cash Podcast, for a year I've been saying this isn't for everybody, and I still believe that. I would still say, even though my opinion's changed a little bit over the last 6 months, I think it's for a few more people than it used to be. And I think a year from now it'll be for a few more people, but it's still probably not more than 5% of the total resellers that I know. It's not going to be the best thing. So there's really a couple different reasons why I think it can be good for some people. Because let's face it, I start things at $1 auctions and they go for a lot of money. If you start things at $1 auctions and you have 3 people in your auction, you're going to sell a lot of things for $1 that are worth, you know, $10, $20, $40, $50, $100. Or you're not going to sell anything at all because it's worth $5. And I've watched a few shows, and there are some people who have success without huge followings, but largely they do it in a completely different way. They have really good items, and they won't put them out there until somebody says, hey, run that item, and they've already agreed upon a preset price. They might be on there for 2 hours and sell 6 things. That's not my gig. That's not my cup of tea. I'd rather sit and list things on eBay and have it out there forever and get top dollar. So there are ways to do it. Another way is to buy an absolute bulk for pennies on the dollar and sell massive quantities. But that's hard too, because somebody's got to ship it. I never showed the video, but my family spent 5.5 hours shipping that stuff off. and which was tremendous because we made a bunch of money on it. But if you're making a couple $100 on something and you're spending hours doing that, maybe it's not for everybody. I also like the idea that there is now a marketplace where you can sell things by it now. You don't even have to be there and they'll sell. But that's in its infancy. You know, a year from now, I might say, you know what, yeah, everybody should be selling over there. But right now, I'm not going to say that. I think it's the right advice. I know it's the right advice, let's face it. And I mean, you can get top dollar on eBay if you do good listings, have good titles, have good pictures, which I only do 2 of those things. But you can get top dollar on eBay for some items, and it is going to be the best place to sell. We've been selling on Mercari and Poshmark as well. Of course, there's people that sell. I know people that just sell on Citizen. That's all they sell on, right? And that's a pretty small platform. And, you know, Depop sellers and Grailed and stuff like that. Another way you could have success, I suppose, on Whatnot is being niched down, having very good quality items and having the personality to sell them. Another way is to possibly be a supplier to somebody where you're taking your extras that aren't top dollar, selling them in bulk off to somebody who has a following. There's another way to do it. Another way to do it is if you have massive quantities. I'm thinking like Mr. Buys a Lot, if you know who he is, and he's had massive quantities in the past. It's finding somebody who will sell it for you on Whatnot. There's card sellers like that, for instance, who the seller you don't even really see. They have people working for them. So there are options, but still, it is not the best option for many people. It is a social media platform. You can grow simply by being on Whatnot. Flip the World Texas is a great example of that. Being unique, having fun shows. It's, you know, I've heard people call it the QVC for the smartphone generation. And there is definitely something to that. But it takes a lot more than people think to go over there. I have a QR code, a link to people to become sellers, but I don't publicize that very much because I don't think it's the right option. I'd hate for somebody to come back to me and say, oh, I did this and I sold, you know, $700 worth of stuff for $80 and I hate Commonwealth Picker. So, you know, those are some of the issues, and I'm just trying to be real about it. I hope to have my family join us in a second, maybe one at a time, and just give them a brief little thing about how they feel about it and what they want to do. We're going to sit down as a family and make these decisions, but I'm going to give you a few things that go through my mind as a thought process in this whole thing. First thing is, I get a kickback when somebody signs up, uses the link. I always put that QR code over here, or tell people commonwealthpicker.com and then the affiliate links, and you get 15 free bucks if you never signed up. And that's a huge attraction for some people to go over there for the first time. But I get a kickback on that as well, and that incentivizes me to do it. So there are those factors at play. But a bigger factor that started me leaning towards their opinion is this. We spent a whole day, everything up here behind these castles here, Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain, and what do you call Shira's Castle? The Ewok Village. My little fantasy forest fell down. Is all this stuff up here. There are items that are highly labor intensive, that aren't high value items. And so I've started putting them up here thinking, all right, if we're going to do this, we need to have a system. And I really have enjoyed doing bulk buyouts. I guess I shouldn't call them bulk buyouts. I guess that's what that was at this garage sale that I'm talking about. But I've actually made another purchase that you saw a lot of those items on that first show. And so if we decide to do this, it's going to be in addition to. We've already agreed upon that. If we go full force into this thing in the future, do a show a month or something, I don't know what we're going to do. But if we decide to go that direction, it's going to be up and above in addition to what we're doing already. It's going to be something that Bubba's girlfriend's going to help with, Reagan would help with, Blue Ridge Mama would help with, and we might even have Jess come in. She comes in and helps us when we got a ton of stuff we got to clean through and clear out, and she's awesome to us. She doesn't just works like 5 hours a week, but we still use her a lot when we need her. And I've had people reach out to me since that show saying, hey, you know, come on over to my house and buy all this stuff, which I typically would not do because I like to keep it part-time. I don't like it to overwhelm our life. If we did something like this, it would make it easier. Plus, the other little addition part you'll see at the end of the video is we do as a family love to help different charities and different folks out. And that would be an additional plus as well. No matter where I go, I can't escape from this cat. There are no treats in the supply hut. What are you doing in here? And I'm back here in the back just looking at a few items. I mean, look at these. Nobody's selling this stuff on Whatnot. It just isn't going to happen. I mean, you're selling DVD, VCR combos. And those have been so good money for me for so long. I'm not going to stop selling that stuff. I just am not going to do it. But we have so much bulk type stuff that we could sell over there. I mean, just... I buy hats like crazy and whatever. We've got so much stuff. Did I show you how Pepper just ripped that thing up the other day? And records. I mean, so we've got, you know, $15 over in records, and then we have records that are under $15, and records are labor intensive. You know, I'd rather put them in lots of 20 and then focus on these right here. So I guess you could do that on eBay as well, but, you know, it's not as quick. People like to buy individual things that they're looking for. All right, Pepper, let's get out of here. Let's go find somebody to talk to. All right, y'all, I got Turner here. I got Bubba. I got Bubba's girlfriend. I got Wallen. We got no name. So, Turner, you are actually the star of the show. Yep. I don't know if you knew this. See, you didn't tell me you were going to tell jokes, Commonwealth comedy, in between the sales. Did you just think of that off the top of your head? Did you have fun? Do you think we should keep doing Whatnot?
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely, yeah. Turner really liked it. Bubba's girlfriend did all the work. Bubba did nothing. You know, it's pretty typical, right? No, I'm kidding. He was out there graduating college. But did you guys have a good time?
Yeah. Yeah.
How much work did you do, though? How many hours? Because, y'all, she actually put in all the work listing the stuff over there as well. And she curated the show. She's curated the next show as well. And so it's going to be hopefully a success. We've got just a giveaway, or we haven't decided on this giveaway or an auction yet.
Charity.
Charity auction. Okay. And so she's doing a bunch of the work. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
I know you don't do anything with it, but should we keep doing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Very cool. How many hours did you spend? Did I ask you this already? How long were y'all in here that day?
Packaging?
Uh-huh.
Like 6,
Yeah,
maybe
it was
7.
a
And
long, well, lunch breaks don't count. Y'all taking 2-hour lunch
6
breaks.
or 7. We took an hour, and it was me and Reagan.
Yeah, and Blueberry's mom was in here too, right?
3 of us.
How much did you ship?
None.
Nothing. And just for the record, I was out at the 100 Mile Yard Sale, so I couldn't ship. I would have helped, but I couldn't. So, anyway. All right, so we got 3 thumbs up to do another one then, huh?
Look at that.
All right. Well, May 31st. What am I looking at? This?
Yeah.
All these? The shipping labels?
And then we gotta hold a V-Friends one.
A V-Friends. Did Jake? We have a whole bunch of V-Friends stuff. We need to do a
Yeah,
Whatnot.
it's a problem.
All right.
It is a problem.
Jesus, it's a problem. Anyway, QR code if you want to join us on the next one. Are you going to do Commonwealth Comedy on the next one?
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Go over there and bookmark the show. All right, Reagan's hiding from a bee. All right, forget the bee for a minute. We got to ask you about what now. You're looking at the bees.
I don't know, you should like pollinators.
I like spiders more than bees.
All right, the question is, and you didn't get to do Whatnot here. The only person whose real opinion matters in this household,
It's mine.
Reagan,
We know that.
is, all right, so you didn't get to get there until the very last sale, so I'm so disappointed. But the next show, you both will be there the whole time, so it's really cool. Do you, now after that's over, is doing...
do you ever do like a coherent thought?
Jeez, you gotta watch ADH Dave.
I know,
That was
but
her
that's his
idea, by the
name
way. There
because
you go.
that's who he is. And
All
it's a superpower.
Coherent
Yeah.
thought. Whatnot, yes or no?
What about it?
Do you think we should continue to do it?
Of course.
Yeah,
Okay.
Because
but not
we're
like,
going to be there, which
Yeah.
will make it even better.
but like,
And all I know about it right now is I shipped for 7 hours straight.
That's
so
right.
don't
That's
do
the
too
only-
many. Just like
Yeah.
space them out. You know?
Maybe
Space
not
them
so
out.
many items.
Okay, that sounds good. So I'm still a
But
little
it's
up in
fun.
the air, but everybody seems to be a go for it, but we're going to have to change it. I don't want to stop doing any eBay. I want to keep doing everything we're doing. So you think we can do this on top of it?
Yeah. But, like, we're going to have to be there because all those other people were there. Like, Tim, like, fun people. Because I can't imagine just you running one. Ooh, boring.
Man, gee. All right, then that's a great plan. You guys can run it, and I'll just do eBay.
Yeah, you, like, look at the comments and all the stuff that you were complaining that you didn't get to see the last time. And
You're
we'll
funny.
be the fun people.
All right, well, thank y'all very much for your input, and we'll
You're
let them know
welcome.
in June if we're going to do it or not.
Don't forget to get your sticker at CommonwealthBigger.com.
Come on, come on. Look where we're at, y'all. We're here at Blessing Place. We're here with Andrea. I thought I'd film a little intro before she came out, but look at that outfit, y'all. Check it out.
Ta-da.
But you have not met my wife.
No,
so
I have not.
this is Andrea. This is my wife right here.
Hi, God bless you.
And I thought I'd videotape this. You asked me to come down and take a look at a few things, but I have a little gift for you as well.
Oh, okay.
All right.
How your daughter doing? Because I met her.
She's doing well. And
what's her name?
her name is Reagan.
She's
Yes.
gymnastics
Yep.
practice
And-
right
Oh,
now,
is she?
flipping
Yep.
around.
Oh, how about
And
that?
yep.
So you got a daughter flipper, a husband flipper?
Yeah.
What you do?
Different
keep your
kind of
feet.
flipping.
Oh, I know.
I gotta
uh-huh.
stay on the ground. Somebody's
Okay,
gotta
keep
stay
them
grounded.
grounded. I know that's
Speaking
right.
of my daughter,
Uh-huh.
so this is for y'all. You don't have to open it or anything. They don't need to know, but it's
Oh, wait, no,
it's a
Sister Garden's
gift.
in there.
It's a gift from her. She
From your daughter?
painted. Yeah. Well, she painted. Well, sort of.
Uh-huh.
It's from her and all the folks that watch this channel.
Uh-huh.
So and the other channel. So she painted a tape gun with our little logo on it, and she auctioned it off. And half the money went to her, and half the money's going to y'all.
Well, praise the Lord.
So there you go.
Okay, well, come
But you
on
wanted to
then.
show me a couple things that might have a little
I
value.
most certainly did.
All right.
Come over here. Mother's Day sayings and all. We have a lady that gives us bags whenever we need bags. So she gave us all these free, like, for Mother's Day gifts. And these get tea bag and these pack of crackers, and I tie them with a netting. And this is a free gift to the people that come. They'll check out down here, and then they can come through here and pick up one
And
gift
grab some.
from the table.
So they give stuff away. They have
yes.
low price stuff, and then they sell stuff a little higher to raise money to do
Yes.
other things that they do, like feed people. And
Yes.
what have you guys been doing lately?
Oh, let's see. We had an extravaganza 2 Saturdays ago, and we had through Payne School where I work, we were able to get over 100 pair of tennis shoes for youth.
You know what?
It's
That
called
just reminded me of
Samaritan
something.
Feet.
I'll tell you
You
what.
ever heard of
I have a
Samaritan
pair of shoes that I found that I thought would be $1,000 pair of shoes. They turned out to be fake, but they're beautiful. I'm gonna bring them down here and give them to you, and you're gonna find the right person for them shoes
How about
because
that?
they are. Yeah, I don't
then-
want to sell them because they're fake, but somebody could get some use.
Somebody
out of them.
good. Okay, and then we also had outside, Payne School had someone that gave them bushels and bushels of apples and onions and some other produce, but what they had left was apples and onions. So Blessing Place, I went and bought about 6, 7, 10-pound bags of potatoes and
There
broke
you
them
go.
down. Because you got potatoes and some onions. You got
You
them.
got some.
And then you top it off with an apple
right.
for dessert,
you
and
got
gave those away. And that was huge. Oh, and we had a happy hot dog hut set up. We served over 200 some hot dogs for free, and a
That's
bottle of
awesome.
water and a
Very
thing
cool.
of chips. And then my sister has an ice cream truck, so we worked with her. We had a $75 budget because she's got like $1, $2, $3 popsicles, and she was out there with the music going and everything.
Well,
and we gave out green tickets so they could take that ticket up to the window
Pick
to
out
get an
their
ice
ice
cream.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Yeah.
Are you willing to give an address in case somebody wants to send you a check or something?
Oh, for Blessing Place?
Yeah.
Oh, I most certainly will. You want
All
me
right.
to give it now?
Well, what is it?
Blessing Place, 1022
Okay.
Floyd Street,
Lynchburg, Virginia.
Lynchburg, Virginia,
What's the zip here?
24501.
01. You got
Yes.
it. Okay, cool. And do you have anywhere else online that has any donations or anything? Is it all something that they could write in? Do you have any place where somebody could make a donation online yet?
Oh, no,
If you don't,
we
you
haven't
need
arrived. we haven't arrived.
We will.
And then
We'll
we-
arrive soon.
That's okay.
It with electronics.
So am I. Don't worry about
I
it.
was gonna say.
Oh, no, you a whiz at that.
All right, you got to show me some stuff here. Cassette tapes.
there. How
Hi.
are you?
How
Good
are
to
you
see you
doing? Nice to
again.
see you as well.
Nice to meet you.
I see this right here. This is a cassette case or an 8-track case. I just got to open it. I'll put it back, I promise. It's cassettes. I don't see that case very often. That's very cool.
Well, I'm gonna tell you now. we don't. I looked through some looking for some gospel. I didn't see any.
If you ever see any cassettes that are sealed, give me a call. Shoot me a picture and we'll.
What's sealed?
Because sealed means they're not open. They're still in the wrapping.
Oh.
Because some of them are cool. That's Marvin Gaye right there. That's a sweet little case. Seals and Croft. That's a nice and good shape too.
Well, it's going away from here. This
What do
box.
you mean it's going away from here?
I'm just gonna tell you, we don't do it in this right here.
You're getting rid of it.
And I think it might even be some in there. It may not be that.
Well, before I leave, I'll buy it from you.
No, you can have it.
No, I'm gonna buy it from you.
Okay.
What you got?
You see that bicycle down there?
I do see that bicycle.
You gotta tell us. We don't know.
Okay. Wow, look at that
Pick
thing.
20 items for $5, and then our total giveaway.
Wow, look at this thing. All right, hold on a minute. I'm gonna turn this camera off.
Last
What do you got?
Friday, we had.
What is all? This is all your
I'm gonna
food
tell you what we
baskets?
did last Friday. No, we had a outdoor family movie night.
Oh, really?
We had 92 people.
Very
came.
cool. They
You know,
need it.
God, we
They
need
need
something
it.
positive. God will protect us
Absolutely.
and everything. So we had it, and it was fabulous. Hat Creek Camp donated the inflatable movie screen
That
and
is
the
really
projector.
nice.
They were out there in their blankets and lawn chairs.
Very cool.
And everybody got goodie bag. The kids got two. It was. This is what was in the. That's what we do with some of our money. We bought that right there, and we put together 160 some goodie bags.
And the kids got them.
And the kids got to have
Really,
them. Some
really
got two.
Okay. Well, I'm
and,
thinking already
yeah,
because I'm here and I didn't think about this because you showed me a few things and I'm going to help you out and give you some advice on it. But I'm going to take, if I find something cool, I'm going to take it. We're going to auction it off for y'all.
Yeah,
Is that okay?
Absolutely.
All right. So I'm not a bicycle person, but what I'm finding here, y'all, and these don't look like it's the same type of frame. You see that frame is different right there. That frame right there is over 300 plus shipping just for the frame. And this one right here sold for 125. That one sold for 300, but I don't see any frames quite like this one. I think this one's older, y'all. So I don't have the answers, but I mean, you could part this thing out and make a bunch of money. It's just, it's a lot of labor and you got to know what you're doing, and I don't know what I'm doing. So I'll give them some advice on it. Maybe they can sell it to the right person here in town, or even I might find them a bike person to check it out. But my guess is that's minimum $100 and maybe maximum maybe $400. So that's my thought on it. Let me tell you, these ladies are just absolutely amazing. I don't know what else to say about them, but are amazing. All right, you stole my wife.
Oh,
What'd you do with her?
He has so many people with him.
Oh, I'm sore. That is really
I like
something.
going to like thrift stores and stuff where I can take my time. He's always in a hurry. He's pulling me along. As soon as I start looking through something, he's
It's
like,
time
"Oh,
to go."
yeah."
And I'm
He's quick.
slow.
He's quick.
All right, what else you got to show me? I can tell you about that,
okay.
but let's
All right,
show me
well,
what
come
you
back
got.
here. There you go.
So let me tell you right now, if you're willing to, I want to take this and I want to do an auction on it, and
take
we're
it.
going to make some money, and we're going to give you.
Put it right there. And you know, we'll
it's gonna
split
be-
with you.
Well,
that's
we
what
might
we
do
wanna
that,
do. We wanna split
but
with
that
you.
is really a cool piece. I love Roger Rabbit,
He just laying back here.
and what makes it really cool is this
The
right
tag.
here, the tag, because you just don't see them in that good a condition. It's Disneyland. 1987, and this will bring you some money, and you can do a lot of stuff. I don't know what, because I've never seen this one, which intrigues me greatly.
Wow.
I'll sell the taller ones sometimes, but I've never seen one with a Disney tag on it like that. And see that says Disneyland
Oh,
and Disney World, 1987.
Just know that we're going with you.
Look at
Now,
that
we
little
don't know about
cabbage
cabbage patches.
Most of them aren't
Xavier
worth much.
Roberts,
Yeah,
or
most of them
what?
aren't worth much. This one especially, the smaller ones like this aren't worth much. Something to look out for. If you get ones, there's a number on the back. I have a video about it. And these aren't the oldest ones, so you don't see the number. But the slightly bigger ones, if you find one and you just snap a picture, send it to me that has a number on the back. Number 19 is the head mold that's worth the most. It just depends. Like if you find them with teeth and whatever, different looking. If they're just different looking, they're worth money. But a lot of them just aren't worth much at all. Like that one's not worth a whole bunch. This is really interesting. George Lindsay here.
I
Hee-haw.
was trying to read that. It's
George
Goober
Lindsay.
in the middle.
So Goober, right? Yeah.
Oh,
This is from
okay.
Hee-haw, but of course Goober is from Andy
Andy
Griffith.
Griffin.
So I don't know if anybody want that, but I'd be willing to auction that off for you as well. Would you be okay?
Yes,
All right.
Okay, yes.
And we'll come down here one day and do this again and write you another check and do it again. We'll just keep doing it. Now these
Well, you can
go
take
for
anything with you that you want
you
to.
know, hey, these don't go for a lot, but as a collection right there, we could auction them off for you, and we could do that too. It might be $20, $25, something like that.
Put it in your pile.
Okay, we'll do it if you're okay with that. Well, I'm okay with it.
Sissy, we don't-
This is interesting right there.
Oh, we thought so too.
I don't know if you've ever seen them, but a lot of slag glass was made. This is made by Imperial, is what it says. So made by Imperial. This one is, you may have seen ashtrays made out of this before, and they'll make toothpick holders and stuff like that. A lot of it comes out of West Virginia, actually. So you find some of it every once in a while. This has some value.
Okay.
I don't know what, but it has some value. So I'll be happy to leave it, or I'll be happy to take it.
I would like for you to take it.
Okay.
And I'll start getting some paper.
I thought I saw a chip or something on there. You best
Okay.
check it. I usually check glassware, and I can't remember where it was, but I
No
thought...
chip there. Wait a minute. No.
Yeah.
Oh, tiny. No, that's not even a chip. Let me feel that one.
Just be careful. I don't want you to take
He good.
something
He been
that's...
doing things with his hand.
Nothing. No chips.
Okay.
No chips.
I don't know where I thought I
But it's a neat little piece. I mean, it's not worth a fortune, but it's worth something.
Yeah.
I'm doing an auction coming up in May, May 31st, and I'm going to send you a link to it. And I want you to
Okay.
be there if at all possible, and you can watch it on your
Oh,
phone.
that would be fun.
And you can watch these things going off. We'll probably put 2 on eBay and 2 on this Whatnot auction, which I'm going to send you.
Okay.
And you'll see it right there. Maybe even if you can figure it all out, you can chime in the chat, and I'll say hi to you, and people will know the money's coming to you. No, you will be nervous. It'll be fun. I'll send you the link before we leave. My wife and Reagan have already volunteered here, so I've lost you. I need it. They're going to give you free labor, where they charge me.
Oh, okay.
That sounds fair.
We're going to auction this off, y'all, on eBay and on our Whatnot auction May 31st. I've given Andrea, is it Andrea or Andrea? Andrea. I've given Andrea a link to the Whatnot, and I hope she can come by and check it out. 7 p.m. May 30th. If you can't,
First.
huh?
You said May 31st.
Oh, May 31st.
May 31st.
What did I say?
30th.
Oh, May 31st, 7 p.m. And we're going to auction that off and get y'all some money. So we'll pick 2 of those out. Y'all tell me in the comments which one you want to do right there. Thank you so much.
That is so,
Appreciate
thank you.
it.
Appreciate you.
All right.
Yeah, you too. Stepping away from glass, easy glass was a good thing, wasn't it?
Yes.
Awesome.
A
Of the
blessing.
school, yeah.
But if I don't go feed her, she's going to get mad. She's always about food.